Hey everybody, Chris Jones and I are here today to show you this cool feature on Zoom, closed captioning and transcripting. So closed captioning is a little bit confusing, I think, with Zoom because you have a couple options. You can ask this transcription to do its thing as you see it's doing. As we're recording this, it's actually putting it on the bottom of my screen. You can go in and change the size. You can go in and change where the text is. You can put it at the top of your screen, at the bottom, left, right, wherever it fits your preference. But what I love about this closed captioning feature, this transcription feature really, is that after we record this little conversation we're going to have, it's going to put this in the cloud, transcribe it into a two-person conversation, and then I can go back and look at this and read as well as watch what was said. So just a really cool feature, I think, in Zoom. So we're going to talk about the weather and our kids, because what else is there to talk about? So Chris, it was beautiful here yesterday. Today it's pouring the rain, and tomorrow it's going to be 22 at night. So, you know, typical Virginia weather.
Yeah, well, you know, I think I experienced it all. I can put it all in kids and weather. I'm sopping wet right now because I just had lunch with my sons, because one can't do work at home because he just doesn't have the mindset, so he goes to the library. The other doesn't want to go to the library because he does work better at home because there's less distraction. So we all just kind of converge and have lunch just about every day.
How nice.
Yeah, well, it is, because next year they're going to be gone and it's going to be such a quiet house.
Yes, the empty nest syndrome.
Two at one time, though. That's not fair. I should stagger it.
Yeah. Well, our oldest daughter, who is a doctor, has not been home for a year because of COVID. So she actually got to come home this past weekend. So to say that we had a great weekend would be a gross understatement. It was so nice to have her home and so nice to just hang out. She's an avid chef. So we made way too much food and ate way too much, but it was so nice to see her again.
I think food is just such a staple. I remember back in the, when I was younger, they said, okay, by the year 2000, we're going to have our dinners in pills and stuff like that. And they just thought that was going to be a great thing. And I was like, but food is just everything. Whenever I travel, I meet most of the folks that I stay in contact with over breaking bread. And, I can't imagine a world where we don't eat, we just take a pill.
Amen. Well, our daughter is notorious for picking where we're going to go geographically based on the food, because if they don't have good restaurants, and heaven forbid that it's a chain, it has to be it has to be a local chef or whatever. It has, the food has to be excellent or we can't go there.
It's the same way with my boys are little foodies. My sister has been in the restaurant business for decades. Just all the family. They were up in New York and she had a couple restaurants up there. She had some restaurants down here in Richmond, and just been really involved in it. And so, we would go up to New York and they would take my boys to these amazing restaurants, and, and we'd come home and they're like, and I'm like, it's Walmart, guys. That's
good luck.
What you got. Good luck with that. But no, I think food is, in fact, we were having, I was talking about the special ed program to a class, the master's program, and there was no discussion. So I just said, okay, what do I want to have a food truck. And they were looking at me like I was crazy. I was like, really, seriously, that's what I want to do. And I want to serve Bayo buns, and they're like, what about, and it just started the conversation. And we were in the middle of this long conversation about food and Bayo buns and, the feasibility of it. And then we went straight in and started talking about whatever it is that we needed to talk about. Well, poor Dr. Southall was like, what the heck is going on? Why are they talking about food?
Well, thank you for taking time to chat with me today so we could see this, how this technology works. As you'll see, ironically, during his food discussion, it didn't know what to do with that sandwich, so it called it a bail bond. So it's not perfectly accurate, but it's pretty darn close. And for those of you that are perhaps doing research or doing just conversations that you want kids to go back or students to go back and think about what was said or how they said it or tone or any of those kinds of things, I just think having the written word as well as seeing them is very powerful. So we hope you find this helpful.